Here is my audience. Thank you. If you could hold that for me, please.
Is it recording?
Yes, it is. Can you see me fine?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Alrighty. Hello, my name is Rachel Scarsbrick, and today I'm going to be doing an informative speech about the culture of Islam and the Muslim culture. Today we're going to be talking about some of their beliefs and traditions and why we should learn about these, okay? So the beliefs we're going to be talking about today are their prophet, sacred text, and the 5 pillars of Islam. Some of the traditions we're going to be talking about today are the celebration of Ramadan, their marriage traditions, and the Islamic veils that are very typical that we see in today's society, and why we should learn about these and not give a name to others before asking for their name. Some of their beliefs. So in the religion of Islam, their prophet is believed to be by the name of Muhammad, and their sacred text is called the Quran, and there are different books of the Quran, and this is believed to be the direct word of their God, Allah. There are 5 pillars of Islam, which are their core beliefs, and the first pillar of Islam is called Shahada, which means there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. The second one is Salat, which is their ritual, the Muslim ritual prayer that is done at least 5 times throughout the day. And the third pillar is Zakat, which is a religious obligation for Muslims, where they are to give a portion, I believe it's 2.5% of their yearly income to different organizations that support the Muslim culture and the religion of Islam. The fourth pillar of Islam is called Saum, and that is the fasting that is done from dawn till dusk during Ramadan. And the last pillar of Islam is called Hajj, which is the Muslim pilgrimage to Mecca, which is assumed to be completed at least once in every Muslim's life. And fun fact, the Hajj of 2021 will begin the evening of July 17th and end the evening of July 22nd. Some of their traditions. So Ramadan is a time of fasting during the 9th month of the lunar year. And this is meant for Muslims to completely abstain from any eating, drinking, or partaking in any immoral activities such as sexual relations and being angry, being violent and such during the day. And this goes on for 29 to 30 days. The purpose of this fasting is so that they can acquire some self-control, and they believe that doing the fasting during the day for these 30 days will ultimately remove all impurities from them from that year and bring them closer to Allah and have them obtain a God consciousness. Some of their marriage traditions are that they believe marriage is a binding contract between a man and a woman only, that is meant for them to be faithful to each other for the rest of their lives and have children together so that they can produce offspring and have their next generation of Muslims follow in their footsteps. This contract is called nikah, and also in the Islamic culture, their arranged marriages are very, very common. It has also been said in the Quran, fun fact, that a man is allowed to have up to 4 wives if he's able to provide for each one of them, and if not, he is to only have 1 wife, and women are only allowed to have 1 husband. The next tradition that we're going to talk about is the Islamic veils. And right here I have a picture that just has a few different examples of their veils, and one is called a shala, a hijab, the hijab amira, the kamar, chador, niqab, and burqa. And I'm going to tell you just a little bit about each of those. So with the hijab, it tends to be more of an umbrella statement that people just class every other one of those underneath because it refers to a scarf that covers the hair and neck. But more specifically, the hijab is more known for just being a scarf that covers the head and neck, whereas a shela is a long rectangular scarf that is used to cover the hair and is usually pinned behind the neck. The almira is a two-piece veil that normally consists of a cap that covers the hair and then another scarf that covers the neck and the shoulders. And the kamar refers to a more cape-like veil that is to cover the top section along with the shoulders, neck, and hair, but leaves the face completely uncovered. The chador is a semicircle shaped cloth that is draped over the head like a shawl, and normally the person wearing it will either hold it like this or they will have it pinned right here, and it is more worn to go to a mosque as a praying gown kind of thing. And the niqab is a headdress that covers the entire head except for a small slit for the eyes, and normally comes down all the way floor length, and is typically worn with another undergarment for the woman so that is looser fitting to cover her entire body. And with the burqa, this is the second most conservative of all of the types of Islamic veils, which is typically worn by women in Afghanistan as it is enforced by the Taliban normally. And with the burqa, the only difference between that and the niqab is that the burqa has a mesh covering over the eyes so that they're still able to see, but that is the only part that anyone else would be able to see, and most times you can't even see through the mesh part. So, the importance about learning about the Islamic religion and culture. I believe that inclusion is key, and one of my favorite quotes to go along with learning about this topic is from Amal Qasir, and she said, "Don't give others a name, instead ask what their name is." And in saying that, she is referring to when she goes to different airports or basically into any type of public space, a lot of people look at her as if she were a terrorist, and she hasn't even said hello to them yet, or they will look at her as if she's a threat when she's really not. And she wants to start breaking through those stereotypes that all people in the Islamic culture are terrorists, when it is in fact definitely not true. So my next point is that we have to break through stereotypes. We need to make sure that we're not looking at people and judging them before getting to know them or even asking what their name is, right? And another very important key in this is exploring other beliefs can help you either be set in your beliefs or maybe widen your horizons, and you realize that, wow, that's actually makes a lot more sense to me. I believe in this rather than that. And in conclusion, just to restate, the Islamic culture and religion believe in the Quran and that Muhammad is their prophet. They also celebrate Ramadan, which is one of their biggest celebrations of the year, and they encourage women to wear the Islamic veils and headdresses as a form of modesty. And that is all I have today. Thank you guys so much for listening.